Stop.
Welcome to a rare everybody's in the room together version of Deerfield Fantasy Football. I am your host at Hot BFF with 2 P's, joined to my left by 30 BFF.
Hi, friends.
Waving from you gotta move. You gotta use the other hand. You're like behind my head.
Hi, friends.
There you go.
Hey.
You go. Yeah, week 9. We're here with all your news to answer all your start-sits questions. A lot of buys, a lot of injuries, a lot of decisions that need to be made. So we're gonna try to help you hammer those out if you should so have such questions. Go ahead and get started with some last night to this morning breaking news. James White is considered. I wrote that note horribly. James White. Toe injury is considered to be minor, and he should be playing today. Curtis Samuel is expected to play against Tennessee. Not a great matchup for him. Patrick Mahomes is going to miss week 9. There was a rumor that kind of kicking around last week that maybe he plays, but that is not going to be the case. He's going to be out again. Expect him back in week 10. Adam Thielen is going to play week 9 against Kansas City, who you were excited when you found out Kansas City's missing Kendall Fuller.
Yes. Great play for Adam Thielen this week. Generally, if you had him, you're going to play him anyways in what could turn out to be a shootout. We saw Matt Moore at least keep up with Green Bay's scoring last week, even though they were in Green Bay. They're at home now. You still have Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman, Travis Kelce, all things that can score from anywhere in the field. So this is good for Thielen and Cousins owners this week.
Yep, completely agree with that. James Conner and Benny Snell both going to miss week 9 against the Colts. That's all Jalen Samuels. Going to be pure volume for him. Colts run defense is solid, not fantastic.
Yep.
So Jalen Samuels is a fine play this week. There should be nobody taking work from him.
Nope.
Ryan Suckup is back from IR if you need a late morning kicker. In a related move, the Titans released Cody Parkey, which is just so sad for me to see. I mean, Bears legend Cody Parkey.
Oh, man. Talking about building statues for him and everything. Just
right.
The greatest player ever.
Double doink.
Yeah, double doink.
Doink. Chris Herndon is active against Miami. I got 2 notes in here about Chris Herndon. So he's active, but he was always kind of questionable to play this week. And apparently he's active because they don't have enough healthy players to mark people inactive.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really it's pretty bad out there in New York there.
Right. So they had to mark some players they wouldn't normally mark active as, active to fill out a roster even. So I'd imagine Demaryius Thomas being active feels the same thing. So I'd be surprised if you got much out of either of those guys. But there it is. Herndon's active. Adrian Peterson's been removed from the injury report, so he'll play for whatever that's worth.
Ew.
Yay. Philip Lindsay was removed from the injury report. I expect a heavy dose of Lindsay and Freeman in that game. I don't think they're going to try to win it on the arm of Brandon Allen.
As no one should. Expect the Browns to key on the running game. Expect maybe volume. I don't know about the efficiency from both Lindsay and Freeman. You're hoping whoever gets the first couple red zone or goal line carries can fall into the end zone to help save their week.
Absolutely. All right. Davante Adams is expected to play, barring a setback, and Valdez-Scantling has been removed from the injury report. So Packers should be back at relatively full speed with their wide receiver core for the most part. That means Alan Lazard and Jake Kumaro is really fun while it lasted, and I hope for more from you guys in the future.
Yes.
And if either of those guys show any semblance of targets, about that being Kumaro or Lazard, take note.
For me, I wouldn't be surprised if MVS doesn't really do much. I know Allison's been playing more like the 2 there. I guess the one in the absence of Davante Adams. Lazard kind of fills that bigger body outside role, and it's actually a compliment to the to what Adams does, and that's play over the middle. And he also gets his downfield targets, but I think Lazard might be a better complement to Adams than MVS was.
I think he might be also. So we'll see how that plays out. Lazard was efficient, so
yep.
And I think Rodgers trusts that. I don't know what Rodgers thinks. I'm not his best bud. Cameron Brate's expected to be good to go this week against Seattle. OJ Howard is going to be out. I didn't know it until I set lineups this week. I am all in on Cameron Brate. Because I'm all in on Cameron Brate at some point every season.
Yeah, that's right. He always finds a way into your starting roster because something happens to OJ Howard.
Yep, and here we are. Delaney Walker, he's inactive today. Johnny Smith will get the start. He's a fine pickup and start if you need him. He always is when Walker doesn't go.
Yep.
Duke Williams is inactive for the Bills. I didn't even know Duke Williams was a starter for the Bills. Not really much to note there. Should be the return of Robert Foster. Don't expect the Bills to have to pass a whole lot, though.
Yep.
Just more John Brown, and John Brown, Frank Gore, Josh Allen, who I called Allen out as a sit because I don't even think he has that high of a ceiling. So just temper expectations there.
Yep.
Darren Sproles, Deshaun Jackson, and Miles Sanders all active for the Eagles. They do also have a host of inactives that are more offensive line and defense related than skill position. They could draw a tougher matchup against the Bears, although the Bears defense has not been late with the struggling offense.
Yeah, if the offense can get it going today against a pretty beatable secondary, that can kind of help the defense stay fresh and still give fits to a banged up offensive line. This could be a sneaky shootout, or this could be a really sneaky 12-3 game that no one likes.
Yep, I agree with that. All right, Vernon Davis, Chris Thompson, and Case Keenum all inactive for the Redskins.
Yikes.
So, very yikes there. I don't want anything to do with Washington this week.
Fuck no.
Not with Haskins' interception throwing and just the lack of offensive prowess, we'll call it.
No, I think I am playing Washington's defense in DFS just because why the fuck not? Maybe Josh Allen throws a pick six because sometimes he misses his receivers by 20 yards.
Because they were cheap.
because they're the cheapest defense on the slate.
T.Y. Hilton not going to play today, so Zach Pascal is getting plugged in a bunch of places, and I'll say this: Ebron's also out, so Doyle and Pascal, go ahead and run them out there. Pascal's the only other Colts wide receiver this year that's really put up a game that you were super proud of outside of T.Y. Hilton. So take that for what it's worth.
Yeah, expect more snaps and routes to run for guys like Paris Campbell. I think it was Chester Rogers. It's also there.
Deion Kane.
I'm trying to remember if any of them are actually hurt with it.
You've named enough.
Yeah, I've named the names that matter.
That's enough names.
You spoke too much.
Yep, and like I said, Herndon active against the Dolphins. As far as much better, I can see now. As far as weather goes, we got wind gust in Philadelphia up to 16 miles an hour and Kansas City at 23. So we're going to be a little rough for the kickers potentially. Also could have some impacts to the passing game with gusts hitting that high. As far as Philly and Chicago, I expect that to be pretty low scoring anyway, given how those offenses have been. And in Kansas City, just with no Mahomes, I was kind of expecting that to be more defensive, I guess. If not, yeah. You get it.
Yeah.
I don't expect either of those to be high scoring, so I don't expect a whole lot of impact. All right, I don't have anything in the live chat. Do you have any asking for a friend or anything to fill time with?
I can't think if I do or if I do not. I can maybe search through my phone real quick and see.
Yeah, I don't think I had, other than the Dak Kirk Cousins thing that we talked about earlier this morning, I don't think I had anything. Let's take one quick look here and see if we got anything else.
I'm trying to reset some rosters here.
Oh, my grandma's calling me on a Sunday morning. That can't be good.
Nope. Oof.
All right. Yep, I don't got anything.
Okay. Well, looks like we may call this one early.
Looks like we're calling it a show.
All right, guys.
All right.
See ya.
See ya.